Hello and welcome to this demo video for the social media analytics report. What this does, this is a spreadsheet which actually combines five other spreadsheets, or combines data, should we say, from five other spreadsheets onto this one, and then allows you to generate yourself a custom report to see how all of your social media is doing. So I'm just going to explain briefly how to use this. As you can see at the bottom, you've got all the different social media. Okay, Google Analytics, not really a social media, but the five different ones: YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Google Analytics, and Twitter. So there are spreadsheets for each and every one of those social media accounts. If you click on there, you can click on that to visit the page to go and get those different downloads. But essentially, you don't need to be running all five, but as long as you're running at least one of them, you can bring data across here, and I'll show you how it works. So first of all, fill in your company name. It doesn't go anywhere. It stays internally. It doesn't go externally, so don't worry about that. Start month, May. Just click on there and select the start month and the start year. Now, what that is this spreadsheet will last you for 1 year, whether it be a financial year or a calendar year. You can save a blank copy and save as each year for a new one if you want. That's fine. But each spreadsheet only has enough data, has enough space for data for 1 year. So you want to make sure that the start date of this is the same as the start date of all of these individual spreadsheets, because you're going to be collecting years worth of data on all of them, and you want that year to be the same year that you've got here. Otherwise, you're going to have patches where you're not going to have data. So that's the first thing. And once you've done that, you're pretty much good to go. Then all you do is on each of these pages, you'll see I've already downloaded data up until the end of August. So I need to get September's data. So from the YouTube one, so if I go here and select the YouTube one, now this is the YouTube spreadsheet. And if I have a look at, okay, on this one, it doesn't have its own tab, but here, the social media analytics export. This is the data that I export to the social media analytics spreadsheet. So I need from the 1st of August. So if I highlight the white sections of that the 1st of September, down to that line there, which is September. I know there's a blank space there, but it's accounted for in the other spreadsheet. So if I copy that in September, and I go back here to the social media one, and I click on there, and I write paste values. Always paste values. Never do a normal paste in this spreadsheet. You will ruin it. Always paste values. And now I'm ready to put October in. I've done September. Then I move on to the LinkedIn one. Come down here to the LinkedIn spreadsheet. Again, there's your social media export report. May, June, July, August, September. Here we go. So now what I do is I copy from the 1st of September down to the 30th of September. Copy, go up back to the social media, LinkedIn data paste. Right click, paste values. Never normal paste, paste values. Whenever you're using any spreadsheets from Spreadsheet Solutions, always paste values when copying from one to another. Even if you're copying from one to the same one, still always paste values. So that's the LinkedIn data for the next month. Facebook, and again, when you start from the beginning, just start from the beginning. And I'm obviously pasting data after all the other ones. If you're starting from the beginning, just start from the beginning and just keep pasting one below the other one. So I go to the Facebook spreadsheet. There's the export data. May again, June, July, August, there we go, September. There we go from the 1st of September, and we highlight down to the 30th of September, edit, copy, back to the social media one on the Facebook data, paste values, go back to the bottom. Next one, Google Analytics, same story. Where's Google Analytics, export. I remember here, on all of the spreadsheets, when you're pasting data, you paste a month at a time. You just start and and basically just go down to where you left off each time. So I need to start with September, 1st of September. The reason why we do a month at a time, you don't necessarily need to bring them into this spreadsheet each month. But the reason why we do a month at a time is because things like LinkedIn will only let you download a data a month at a time, and then it disappears. So you want to be doing this regularly, at least into the 5 individual spreadsheets. You can bring them into here once a year or however often you want, because you'll have the data on the other spreadsheets. But obviously, the more often you do this, the more often you can monitor your social media. And the final one being Twitter. So if we go to the Twitter account, social media export, again, we've done up until the end of August. So we go here from the 1st of September, scroll down, 30th of September, copy, back into the social media, paste values. All right, down to the bottom. And now we've actually added all the data from all of those different ones. The final thing to do is this screen here. Now, this is the most important screen on the spreadsheet. And the reason why it's so important is because this customizes it to what you want. What's going on here is there's a list of all the different actions on all the different social media accounts, as well as Google Analytics, and all the different actions. And you can assign points value, and you can also assign, in other words, how many actions need to take place to score that point or those points. So for argument's sake here, time watched, I give myself 1 point for every 20 minutes that people watch. I give myself 1 point for every 5 video views. I give myself 1 point for every comment, and so on and so forth. And you can set those for all the different social media activities. And the reason for that is because obviously an impression on Twitter is you're going to get thousands of them, whereas you're not going to get an awful lot. Well, compared to that, you're not going to get an awful lot of, say, for argument's sakes, content clicks on Facebook, that kind of thing. So you can assign a different points value to each of these. And actually, the reason why this is so interesting is because for me, when I was sitting down deciding this, I was actually realizing a lot about my social media marketing and where I should be putting, more effort and what's actually important to me. And it's quite an interesting exercise to sit down and actually decide what's important and what each of these are worth. But once you've completed those, and you can change these at any time, you can update these at any time. So don't feel that you can't. You can play around with those figures. But now you click on the report, and what that does is it pulls out all of them. Now it gives me an annual breakdown. So annually, those are the points. Now obviously LinkedIn, there was a bit of an issue because we've created this into the financial year, and I couldn't get backdated data. So LinkedIn is a lot better than that. It just doesn't look as great because it's missing a few months. But now you can actually scroll on. You can see based on the points, how are your social media. You see there, LinkedIn was by far the best in the last 2 months where I've actually had it. There's no LinkedIn data there. That's why they're all rating as a 0. So LinkedIn looks to me to be the most valuable to me. But then you've got all your other social media accounts, and you can see how they're performing. So month on month, are you getting more points than you had before? And how do they actually compare with each other? And that's a very interesting one over the years. So you can see all the different social media accounts. You can also see here how successful you've been in general. So August was quite a successful month for me from a marketing point of view in total. And you can see the breakdown per color showing which of them they are, which of them they come from, where the points were earned. You scroll on again, it gives you another breakdown of all the different months and all the different sites as far as points earned. So you can kind of see a number value, and the green gets more green or more red depending on how high or low they are. So that's quite an interesting thing as well. So this is basically a report which will then compare your social media together, as well as show you can see month from month how they're improving and where your points are coming from, that kind of thing, which will be quite an interesting exercise to do, to keep track of your social media and to see where your success is coming and where maybe you need to focus some more effort. So I hope that is helpful to you, and I wish you all the best with your social media marketing. And if you need any other spreadsheets, if you need any custom-made spreadsheets made or anything like that to help you with your business, please do get in touch with us. Thank you very much. Goodbye.